Our show today, daring to question Charles Darwin. 143 years after Darwin published On the Origin of Species, his theory of evolution is still controversial.
I'm much more persuaded by something that leads to a strong, counterintuitive claim.
That the physical evidence does not support the story that we are all being told. We're steeped in this story of Darwin's idea of evolution.
There's a lot of debate on the internet about evolution and its reality, जहां एक तरफ आमतौर पर इसको हकीकत बताया जाता है और हत्ता के पढ़ाया भी जाता है, जबकि दूसरी तरफ एकेडेमिया में इस पर बहुत तनकीद भी की जाती है, जो यूजुअली आम आवाम की नज़रों से ओझल होती है.
I don't think that our models of evolution are complete by any stretch of the imagination.
It's hard to read, but I wanted them to have the science that tells them beyond any reasonable doubt that the story that we've been told about our origin and our potential is no longer supported by the evidence.
So does Darwin strike you as beautiful?
Never for a minute.
Stephen?
It was a comprehensive synthesis from the standpoint of what scientists look for. It was also a well-argued book, The Origin of Species, but it was well-argued on the basis of evidence that was known in the 19th century and not things that we've learned mostly from the 20th and 21st.
That anyone who questions evolution must be, in the words of scientist Richard Dawkins, either, quote, ignorant, stupid, wicked, or insane, close quote.
Shape or form is a concrete belief, जैसा कि वो पेश की जाती है. If Darwinian evolution was absolutely true, तो ये किताबें कभी भी ना लिखी गई होती. Number 1, Evolution, A View from 21st Century by James Shapiro, which gives a whole new alternative to Neo-Darwinism, जिसको Evolution by Natural Genetic Engineering भी कहा जाता है. Number 2, Transformations of Lamarckism by Eva Jablanka, published by MIT University, और ये चैलेंज करती है डार्विन के ग्रेजुअलिज्म के assumption को. Mutation Driven Evolution by Masatoshi Nai, a complete alternative to Neo-Darwinism mechanism, published by Oxford University. अगर Darwinian evolution वाकयातन absolute fact होती, तो ये किताबें कभी भी ना लिखी गई होती, और ना ही वो journals जिनमें इन लोगों के papers publish होते हैं वो exist करते हैं. और तो और ये सारी universities like MIT, Oxford, they would not have existed either. Scientists अगर Darwinian evolution को वाकयातन एक हतमी बात समझते होते, पत्थर पर लकीर जानते होते, तो कभी भी उसकी alternative theories propose ही ना करते.
Darwinists continually describe the world and the evolutionary world as a place of randomness, and that's not true. And I don't know why they make that statement.
Darwin created a 19th century local theory without looking at extreme cases that was reasonably successful for breeders, but he entirely failed to explain what he thought he was explaining.
But I think he got it wrong. I think all Darwinians, in the broad sense, get it wrong. They're trying to explain something very, very complex in terms of bottom-up, undirected processes.
It was a premature question. He couldn't say anything about what he did not know.
But I think we're in a new day. We're looking at life in light of our own high-tech digital computing technologies and realizing these systems bear all the hallmarks of design. Let's start to look at life differently.
We can't make much sense of the fossil record. It does not sustain any kind of Darwinian prediction that can be intelligently derived from Darwinian theory.
Where I get really excited is the new DNA evidence that cannot be refuted. And it is causing scientists, it's a problem for scientists who are steeped in the evolutionary theory of long, slow, gradual changes over a long period of time, because that's not what happened. We appeared relatively suddenly 200,000 years ago with this advanced genetic structure and this amazing extended neural network, unlike any other form of life.
और हाँ, third way of evolution को ज़रूर सर्च कीजिएगा. By secular mainstream evolutionary biologists from China, Europe, America, and from universities like Cambridge, MIT, Princeton, and Harvard. They don't believe in Darwinism anymore. Evolution की theories man-made assumptions हैं. जबकि इस्लाम तो एक खुदाई कलाम है जो कि कुरान की शक्ल में 1400 साल पहले एक ऐसे शख्स पर उतरा जो लिखना पढ़ना ना जानता था, जिसमें बजाते खुद एक मौजज़ा था.
يا أيها المدثر قم فأنذر وربك فكبر صدق اللہ العظیم۔
اس شخص نے قرآن کے ذریعے انسان کی تخلیق کے وہ مراحل بیان کر دیے جن کے بارے میں جانکاری اس وقت کی دنیا میں بالکل ناممکن تھی، بلکہ شاید اس کا تصور کرنا بھی ایک گناہ سے کم نہ ہوگا۔ وہ تخلیق اور وہ حقیقت جس تک سائنس اتنے 100 سالوں کی محنت کے بعد اب جا کر پہنچی، اور پھر یہ حقیقت ایسے ہی صاف نیت والے دلوں پر اپنا رنگ دکھاتی ہے، جیسا کہ ڈاکٹر کیتھ مور۔
As far as it is known from the history of embryology, little was known about the staging and classification of human embryos until the 20th century. For this reason, the descriptions of the human embryo in the Quran cannot be based on scientific knowledge in the 7th century. The only reasonable conclusion is that these descriptions were revealed to Muhammad from God. He could not have known such details because he was an illiterate man with absolutely no scientific.
کس طرح کی یہ چوائس آف ورڈز ہیں جو بردر مورو نے اختیار کیے؟ انسانوں نے تو صرف موڈیفائی کی ہیں یہ چیزیں تاکہ پیداوار کو بڑھایا جا سکے. دا ویری کانسیپٹ آف GMO, if you see, genetically modified organism, which is not genetically invented organism. So I think we should be careful with our terms. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has blessed us with everything that we eat and everything that we basically play with to increase the acceptability in our advanced lifestyle.
har sitare mein abad hai ek jahan chand suraj tera روشنی کے نشان اے خدا جس نے کی جستجو مل گیا اس کو تو سب کا تو رہنما اے خدا اے خدا اے خدا اے خدا